Skeeter the Flying Squirrel's Big Leap. Welcome, little adventurers. Today we journey deep into the Great Whispering Forest, where a tiny flying squirrel named Skeeter is about to discover just how brave he truly is. Deep in the heart of the Great Whispering Forest, full of beautiful trees, and where the wind hums through the branches, lived a tiny but fearless flying squirrel named Skeeter. Skeeter wasn't just any squirrel. He had big, bright eyes, the softest fur, and most importantly, a pair of stretchy wings tucked beneath his little arms. The trees sway, the wind hums through the leaves, and up high in the branches, Skeeter watches the world with big, bright eyes. Will he find the courage to soar? Let's find out together. There was just one problem. Skeeter had never actually flown before. All the other flying squirrels in the forest glided from tree to tree with ease, soaring through the air like tiny forest pilots. But whenever Skeeter climbed high onto a branch, his heart would start to thump, his paws would sweat, and he would freeze. What if I fall? What if my wings don't work? What if I land in the pond and a frog laughs at me? So instead of soaring like the others, Skeeter scurried from tree to tree, staying safe on the bark. But inside, he longed to fly. One evening, as Skeeter curled up on a tree branch, he heard a rumbling in the distance. The sky turned dark and the trees began to sway. A storm was coming. Just as the first drops of rain splattered onto the leaves, Skeeter heard a tiny chirp coming from the branches nearby. He looked around and saw a little bluebird, no bigger than a pine cone, clinging to a branch for dear life. The strong wind was pushing her farther and farther from her nest. "Bluebird, help!" Skeeter's heart pounded. The other flying squirrels had already taken shelter. No one else had heard the little bird's cries. But there was only one way to reach her in time. He had to fly. Skeeter gulped and climbed to the highest branch he had ever dared to go. The wind howled, rattling the leaves. "You can do this." He took a deep breath, spread his little arms wide, and leapt. At first, he plummeted toward the ground. "Oh no, I'm falling." But then, whoosh! The wind caught the skin between his arms and legs, and suddenly he was gliding. The trees blurred past as Skeeter soared through the stormy sky, his wings stretching like a cape. He twisted and turned, feeling the thrill of the air rushing beneath him. Skeeter said, "I'm flying!" With a final swoop, he scooped up the little bluebird just as the wind was about to push her away. Holding on to her gently, he angled his wings and glided toward a thick, sturdy tree where her nest was waiting. Skeeter landed, not so gracefully, but safely, right next to the nest. "You saved me!" Skeeter smiled, his heart swelling with pride. The storm passed, and the golden sunrise peeked through the trees. Skeeter, now brimming with confidence, climbed high into the treetops. "If I did it once, I can do it again." With a deep breath, he leapt into the morning sky, his wings catching the warm air, gliding smoother than ever before. Below, all the other flying squirrels cheered. "Look at Skeeter go! He's flying like a pro! He's the bravest squirrel in the whole forest!" And from that day forward, Skeeter wasn't just a flying squirrel. He was a true hero of the sky.